Welcome back to Earnternet, the place where we untangle the complicated world of money and finance, one conversation at a time. I'm your host, Jennifer.
And I'm Sam. It is so good to have you with us again. Jen, I want to start today with a question. What's the very first thing you were ever taught about money?
Oh, that's easy. It was probably from my grandma. She'd say, Jennifer, never a borrower or a lender be. Basically, avoid debt at all costs. Don't owe anyone anything, ever. Cut up the credit cards. Live within your means.
Exactly. That's the financial gospel for 99% of the population, right? Debt is a four-letter word. It's a monster under the bed. It's the ball and chain that keeps you from being free.
It's what we see all the time. Friends drowning in credit card debt from buying things they didn't need. People stressed out over massive car payments for a vehicle that loses value the second they drive it off the lot. That fear is rooted in reality for a lot of people.
It absolutely is. And today we're here to say that while that fear is understandable, it's based on the biggest lie you were probably ever taught about debt.
Ooh, bold statement, Sam. I like it. So what's the lie?
The lie is that all debt is created equal. The lie is that all debt is bad. The truth is there's a massive world-altering difference between what we call bad debt and what the wealthy have been using for centuries to build empires, good debt.
And that's our topic for today. We're going to break down the difference, show you how the rich use this good debt as a tool, a lever, really, to get even richer, and how you can start changing your mindset about it today. So first things first, let's define the enemy. Sam, what is bad debt?
Bad debt is simple. It's borrowing money to buy things that go down in value or provide no financial return. Think about it. The credit card you used to buy that new TV. The TV's worth half the price a year later, but you're still paying 22% interest on the original price.
That's a perfect example. It's also the high-interest loan for a fancy vacation. The memories are great, but you come home to a bill that costs you money for months or years. The vacation doesn't put any money back in your pocket. In fact, it does the opposite.
Precisely. Or the brand new car loan. Let's do a mini dialogue here. Imagine a friend comes to you, Jen. Let's call him Mike.
Okay, I'm ready.
Mike, as Mike, Jen, I did it. I just bought a brand new $50,000 SUV. I got a loan for it. The monthly payment is only $800 for the next 72 months. What's your internal thought process?
My first thought is, wow, 72 months is 6 years. My second thought is, that $50,000 car will probably be worth $25,000 in 3 years, but he'll still owe, maybe $30,000 on it? He's immediately underwater. The asset, if you can even call it that, is depreciating, but the debt is still there.
That's the textbook definition of bad debt. You've taken on a liability to purchase a depreciating asset. It's a financial hole that only gets deeper. This is the kind of debt that the financial gurus on TV are yelling about. And on that front, they're right. You should avoid this kind of debt like the plague.
Okay, so we've established what bad debt is. It's the debt most of us are familiar with. Now let's pivot. Let's talk about the secret weapon of the wealthy. Sam, open up the vault. What is good debt?
I'm glad you asked. Good debt is the complete opposite. It's borrowing money to acquire an asset that is expected to appreciate in value or generate cash flow. You're using debt to buy something that will make you more money than the cost of the debt itself.
Okay, that sounds a little abstract. Let's bring it to life. What's the number one example of good debt that people use every single day?
Real estate, without a doubt. Let's run another scenario. Let's say you want to buy a rental property. It costs $300,000. Now, very few people have $300,000 in cash just lying around.
Right, that's a huge barrier for most people.
But you don't need $300,000. You need a down payment. Let's say you get a loan and put 20% down. That's $60,000 of your own money. The bank lends you the other $240,000. This is your debt.
Okay, so I have a $240,000 debt. That still sounds a little scary to me, based on my grandma's advice.
It sounds scary until you look at how it works. You now control a $300,000 asset with only $60,000 of your own capital. This is a concept called leverage. It's like using a lever to lift something you could never lift on your own. You're using the bank's money to lift your wealth.
So I have the property. Now what? How does this debt become good?
Two powerful ways. First, let's talk about cash flow. You rent the property out for, say, $2,500 a month. Your mortgage payment, including taxes and insurance, is maybe $1,800 a month.
So after the tenant pays the rent and I pay the mortgage on my debt, I have $700 left over that goes into my pocket every single month.
Exactly. Who is paying down your debt?
The tenant is, not me. So the debt is being serviced by someone else and I'm still making a profit. Wow, okay, that's a huge mindset shift. The debt is creating an income stream.
That's just part one. Part two is appreciation. Let's say the housing market is average and the property value goes up by just 5% in the first year. A 5% increase on a $300,000 property is $15,000.
Okay, $15,000 in growth, that's great.
But wait, think about your return. You didn't invest $300,000. You only invested $60,000 of your own money. So you made $15,000 on a $60,000 investment. What's that return?
That's a 25% return on my money in 1 year, not 5%. Oh my God, that's the power of leverage.
That is the power of leverage. You used good debt to control a large asset. Someone else paid the debt for you, and your actual return on investment was magnified 5 times over. This is how real estate millionaires are made. They aren't buying properties in cash. They are using the bank's money to multiply their own.
That is crystal clear. The debt isn't a burden, it's a tool, a powerful one. But it's not just for real estate, right?
Not at all. The same principle applies to business. Let's say you're a talented graphic designer working as a freelancer. You're getting more work than you can handle, but you're limited by your time. You're making $80,000 a year, but you're maxed out.
A good problem to have, but still a ceiling.
Right. So you decide to start an agency. You take out a $100,000 business loan. That sounds like scary debt. But what do you do with it? You hire 2 junior designers, paying them $40,000 a year each.
Okay, so now your business has an expense of $80,000 a year in salaries, plus the interest on the loan.
Yes, but now your agency can handle 3 times the amount of work. Instead of billing for $80,000 worth of your own time, your agency can now bill for, say, $250,000 worth of work. After paying your designers and the loan interest, the business profit is now way higher than the $80,000 you can make alone.
That you use debt to buy an income-producing asset. In this case, the asset was the labor and talent of your new employees, which generates cash flow.
You nailed it. That wasn't used for a fancy office chair or a company car. It was used specifically to increase the revenue-generating capacity of the business. The return on the investment was far greater than the cost of the interest on the debt. That is good debt.
So it seems like the fundamental question you have to ask yourself before taking on any debt is incredibly simple.
What is it?
Will this debt be used to acquire something that puts money into my pocket, or will it be used to acquire something that takes money out of my pocket?
That's it. That's the entire framework. Let's repeat that because it's so important. Ask yourself, will this debt put money into my pocket or take money out of my pocket?
A credit card for a shopping spree takes money out. A mortgage on a rental property puts money in.
A loan for a brand new car you drive to work takes money out. A loan for a cargo van for your new delivery business puts money in.
It's a profound mental shift. It moves debt from being a moral failing or a source of shame into being just a tool, like a hammer. You can use a hammer to build a beautiful house, or you can use it to smash your thumb. The hammer isn't good or bad. It's all about how you use it.
I love that analogy. And it's crucial to add a word of caution here. Good debt is not risk-free debt. The real estate market can go down. Your rental property could sit empty for months. Your business could fail. You still have to be smart, do your research, and not over-leverage yourself.
That's a very important point, Sam. This isn't a magic trick. It's a calculated financial strategy. It requires education, planning, and an understanding of the risks involved. It's not about just blindly taking out loans.
Absolutely.
But the point is to stop thinking with the all debt is evil mindset that keeps so many people financially stagnant. That mindset prevents you from even seeing the opportunities that leverage can create. The wealthy don't fear debt, they respect it, they analyze it, and then they use it to their advantage.
So, to recap for everyone listening, the biggest lie is that all debt is the same. The reality is there are two types: bad debt, which buys depreciating items and liabilities, and good debt, which buys appreciating assets and cash flow.
And the key to unlocking its power is to change your mindset. Stop asking, is debt bad? And start asking, what will this debt do for me? Will it build me something or will it cost me something?
An incredible distinction that can literally be the difference between struggling for decades and building real generational wealth. I feel like my grandma's advice just got a major update.
Exactly. The core principle of living responsibly is still there, but the strategy has evolved.
Well, that is all the time we have for today. We hope this conversation has sparked a new way of thinking about debt for you.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments. What's the biggest money lie you were ever told? Have you ever used good debt to get ahead? We'd love to hear your stories.
And of course, if you found this valuable, please consider liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss our next episode. It helps the channel more than you know.
Thanks for tuning in to Earnternet. Until next time, stay smart and stay wealthy.
Bye, everyone.